going to be there to help you when you can't help yourself? How do you know? Have you asked or had that talk with them yet? While many of us know that estate planning has to do with what happens to our property and how our loved ones are taken care of when we are gone, far too many of us are still unaware that we can also use estate planning tools and techniques to help ourselves while we are still alive, still here, but unable to help ourselves like we could before. How can this be? Well, through a myriad of ways. There's sickness, there's injury, there's physical disability, there's mental incapacity. And we can get ahead of the matter, though, through estate planning tools such as powers of attorney for healthcare or financial, or the less preferable option that becomes mandatory once we no longer have capacity, and that's using the probate court system through processes known as guardianships and conservatorships. More on that another time, but please do continue to follow along, like our channel, and subscribe to stay updated on those types of differences. Our main focus today, though, is going to be you being proactive and telling your family what you need and asking for the help. I'm speaking not just from professional experience and counseling clients on how to go about their affairs, but also from personal experience, deeply personal experience as a parent and as an adult who's lost a parent, as an adult who has a senior parent. These are 3 reasons why you don't want to delay having that crucial conversation about who will take care of you when you can no longer take care of yourself. Now, the first one is becoming a burden. Taking care of business and life is no easy feat in and of itself. From going to work, making ends meet, planning vacations, trying to take a nap, taking care of the kids, adding the extra weight of taking care of an adult human being who is no longer able to meet their own needs, whether temporarily or permanently, is no simple feat. It requires new layers of care, specialized changes in environment, and a level of compassion unknown until you are faced with the challenges that come along with it. Telling family members, particularly those in whom you trust and who you must rely on for assistance, is key. Do not assume that they're going to put down everything else, every other responsibility in life to pick up your burden. And don't think that just because they won't do that doesn't mean they don't care, okay? In fact, you only become a burden by assuming just that they're going to put everything down and run to you. Instead, have the open, mature, and heartfelt conversation as to what it is you are going through, what you will require, what challenges you're facing, and how that person can help you. Whether that person will end up becoming your caregiver or become your agent under power of attorney and help you select a caregiving facility or a comfortable environment, you have to have that talk. Without having that talk, let's get to number 2. They end up bearing the brunt. Without having the talk needed about your new changes, what typically happens is whomever is closest to you may bear the brunt of having to care for you to meet those needs, whether it is a spouse, a son, a daughter, brother, sister, grandchild, whomever, even a trusted neighbor, whomever it is. We want to be able to maintain our loving connections and relationships to those people without adding on to a load of already existing responsibilities for them. Okay? Without having this conversation, you may expect that your loved one will care for you without question. And certainly some relationships do have that guarantee, if you will. For instance, husband and wife, till death do us part, right? Or even parent and child. And when we talk about today, I'm talking more about adults. So parents and adult children. Obviously, parents of minor children have that legal responsibility, but still as children, as adult children, we still want to be able to take care of our aging parents, right? However, without proper communication, you leave the helping party like a deer in headlights, okay? They're surprised, they're shocked, they're frozen. They don't know what to do. They don't know how they can help you. I often have the conversation with my own young daughter. I can't help you if you don't tell me what it is you need. And that's such a powerful statement when it comes to this conversation, when it comes to so many of the conversations that we have with people, especially in our inner circle, if you will, especially very close family members, people that we think we can, and we know we can turn to for help, but people that we don't automatically go to for help. We just assume that they're going to help us, but that person doesn't know what it is that you need if you don't ask for it, okay? So, and that's on top of managing their already pre-existing obligations. It's not fair to them. to assume that, and it's not helpful for you. You won't get the help you need if you don't ask for it. All right. And this can lead to the last tier, if you will, that we'll be talking about today. And that is, if you fail to have these conversations, not only do you become a burden, not only does the other person bear the brunt of the responsibility, but worst of all, it can create bad blood. All right. Because these new changes, coupled with unexpressed expectations, can cause a dynamic shift. Without having these open and honest and mature conversations, tension can boil up and eventually bubble over. It can cause bad blood between family. It is difficult, okay, very difficult, especially in this day and age when we have inflation on the rise. There's insecurity in job employment. Here where we are in Detroit, Michigan, the big three, I think some of them just got off of strike, right? One of our major healthcare insurance providers, Blue Cross Blue Shield, they're still on strike. It's been month 2 with all of these economic instabilities, all right? But still having to maintain economic security somehow, all right? It's going to be difficult for someone else to take on the entire responsibilities of another adult human being, all right? That's difficult. It is downright frustrating when it is an assumption, an expectation that the individual was never privy to, okay? So you have this person that can help you, you assume they're going to help you, but you don't express the help you need. That is frustrating. And again, it's not that the other person is unwilling to. They just don't know how to. They don't know that they need to. They don't know that you need them to, okay? It is so much responsibility that without the proper preparation, without the proper and relevant conversations, it can lead to resentment and bitterness. And that's where the bad blood can really start to formulate within that family dynamic and within that relationship, right? It's like, how dare you expect me to put down everything I'm doing to care for you when you see that I'm doing enough to take care of my own self, right? To take care of my own family, to pay my own bills. Maybe if we're in the same household, then I'm ready to pay those household bills. And it's not out of a dislike, right? It's not out of any kind of hatred, but it is out of frustration that we're trying to do what we can for ourselves already. We're trying to do what we can for the family unit as we know it already. But now you're putting these, again, unexpressed, necessary, but unexpressed expectations on how I'm supposed to help you, but you don't tell me what it is that you need, okay? So that's the conversation for today. Why waiting until you need it is the worst time to talk about it. Don't harm your family with proper planning. And again, the legal tools, the techniques, the strategies, all of that stuff is very important, but there's an underlying foundation to it all. You must know what it is that you need and who it is that's going to meet those needs, why it is so important, kind of the fundamentals, the who, what, where, when, why, hows, if you will, all right, before you can decide whether it is you need to move forward with the power of attorney, before you can decide whether it's too late for that, we need to go to court, okay? But no matter what, have these conversations with your family members, let them know what it is you need from them, and make sure on the other end that there's somebody you can trust, somebody that you can rely on to be there. Okay, there's so many different dynamics when it comes to it all, that I never just talk about the legal stuff right away, because all of these factors come into play. And all of these factors are only going to help you, when you take it all into consideration, make the best legal decision that it is for you, for your family, and how you can navigate these kinds of spaces. Okay, so that's our session for today. If this was important to you, if you found some value in it, please do like and share and subscribe to the channel, and we will see you again next time. Thanks.